Good evening, everyone. Hello, my name is Coach Ronnie B. I am the Divine Alignment Coach, and welcome to the Girl You Better podcast. And just to make sure that you understand what a Divine Alignment and Resiliency Coach is, what that means is that I help people discover tools that they can use for their mind, body, and spirit so that they show up as their highest self every single day of their lives, no matter what life brings them. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing the beautiful and talented Natasha. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for that introduction.
Yes, thank you for being here. But before we get into all this wonderful information and these fashion gems that you are about to rain down on us, I want to talk to everybody about an event going on in Dallas, Fort Worth. So July 24th and 25th, we have the first Radical Change Expo. And so I know you're wondering, okay, what is Radical Change Expo? So this event is introducing a whole concept. It's a free community event. And this aims to raise awareness on mental health, period. Because the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs is doing something that no other life coaching institute has ever done, which is being able to take insurance, to accept insurance for your mental health. So if you want to see a life coach, you can now use your insurance. And there's certain insurances that we will take. And this ribbon cutting ceremony, this is so huge because this is something meaningful. And Master Coach LaKendra, she worked and she toiled so much in order to get this type of approval to do something with this. And this is something that is so unheard of. So for this event that is going on Sunday, July 25th, mark your calendars, Eventbrite, you can register for free, you can come out for free. There will be vendor booths for business owners, okay? Local vendor features. So small business, solopreneurs, and certified life coaches. Also, there'll be free, interactive, family-friendly workshops geared towards mental health. There are going to be panelist speakers, experts. This is for the conscious thought leaders. So if you have an awareness about yourself, then you need to be here. And also, there's going to be free raffles, entertainment, concession stands, information about life coaching and how to even become a life coach. Because, some of us are out here walking around calling ourselves our coaches, but we never been certified to coach. Okay. So there is a such thing as a certified, being a certified coach and not just calling yourself a coach and just giving out advice to people. Okay. There's a science to this thing. There's a psychology behind it. And and of course, when you choose to be a part of this expo, you're also in for a personal growth that you have the opportunity to make a radical change, which is totally essential to your mental health. And if any of you know, coming out of this pandemic in 2020, now everybody has to go back out into the workforce, or you have to come back to work. You have to be around people again, and people are just in a place of like anxiety and depression and trying to figure out, do I still want to do what I was doing because I wasn't even happy in what I was doing anyway. And so now that we're talking about today, girl, you better pursue your passion. This is going to line right up with what I'm talking about right now. Okay. So don't miss out on this opportunity for growth and transformation and change and self-development. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to somebody else. So bring somebody else with you. Bring your cousin, bring your auntie,
Yes.
you know, bring the family to this. Is a family affair. All right. All right. But I just wanted to share that with everybody. And now it is time to get into this wonderful, wonderful interview with Natoshia Burkins. And I'm gonna call you Tasha. That's okay, right?
That's cool. That's cool.
Okay, okay. So, Tasha, can you tell us first about your entrepreneurial journey? Like, when did it begin? When did it begin?
I'm gonna say maybe in 2000, 2001. When I first started out, I actually had a catering company. Before I even got to the catering company, I used to cook all the time, take food to work, do food for my friends, have parties. I'm a real party girl when it comes to having events at my house or, setting up and planning. So I love to do that. And so eventually I started my own catering company. It was called A Dash of Flavor Catering. We got really big. We were doing events all over Dallas. We even traveled, did events outside of Dallas. We worked with the DeSoto City Council. We did meetings there. We did events there, several events for our church at Antioch. We did up to 1,000 people at sometimes doing events. So we were all over. It was nothing that we didn't do. It was nothing that was too big or too small. So it was a great experience for me. My family worked with me. They were very supportive. I had my mom and my sister and my daughter. We were a team. It was a lot of work to have to set up because we brought all of our own items. We set up, we decorated, we did the food, we cleaned up, we did it all. So I did that for probably 15 years, it seems like. It was quite some time. And then it got to a point where I was like, okay, we're starting to venture out and do other things, and it's a lot of work. So I was just trying to figure out what was my next move after that. Because I loved what I did, but I knew it was time to move on and do something different. You know how your passion changes or you evolve or there are other things that you're interested in doing. So I did that for quite some time. And again, we were great at it, loved it. People still call me today asking me to cater and texting me, are you sure? Do you want to do something for? I'm like, no, we're not catering anymore. So I do have events in my house, and that's the only time that I've been doing any food outside of that. Yeah, that was a great experience. So that's kind of how it all started for me with the entrepreneurship part. And then I finally stopped doing that about, I guess it's been about 3 years now that I completely stopped.
And I heard you mention Antioch. So you go to Antioch on Hamilton?
That's right, 7550 Hampton Road.
Okay. Look, we attend the same. You know Antioch is big.
Yes, Antioch is big. You go to Antioch?
Yes. Yes, I do. My family does. So anyway, so I heard you say that like you used to travel. So you actually like people used to come. Like how far? Like what was the first?
I don't know. Louisiana. That's far from Dallas.
Yes.
Yeah, but we went all over the Metroplex, out to Prosper, Frisco, Waxahachie, Little Am, wherever in the Metroplex, Fort Worth, Addison. Yeah, Louisiana probably was the furthest that we've traveled to, but it was always an experience, and I had my whole family riding with me, so I really appreciate them. They hung in there with me. I'm sure I was probably a slave driver, but it worked out. It worked out. They probably were glad when I said we're retiring. We're moving in a different direction.
Yes, but you know what? But working with what do you say for people that that say, well, you know, you shouldn't work with family? Because it sounds like you had such a positive experience working with family and, developing memories and things like that. Do you recommend working with family? Or
Well,
what would you or what would you say to the person that wants to consider working with family? How should they do it?
I think you have to consider, is your family your backbone? Because sometimes you just have a family. Everybody comes from something and someone.
Yeah.
But my mom and my sister, they're one of my biggest supporters. My husband, they do anything that I need them to do. But that's what I have. I have somebody who's gonna ride for me regardless. My sister, my mom, my husband, they're gonna speak highly of me. They're gonna support me and everything. Everybody doesn't have that foundation, so I wouldn't suggest that for everybody. But you have to know what you're working with. If you can trust those people. If those people are supportive. If they're going to have your back regardless. Again, not everybody has that. So that I was able to do that because that's what I had. I come from a good foundation, and I have people who uplift me and they support me and they pray for me. So that was what worked for me. But I wouldn't suggest that for everyone because we've heard some horrible stories about family members. So it just depends. And you have to know within yourself, always go with your gut. Is this going to be, somebody that's going to support me? Because sometimes you don't have, where I'm lacking, they had my back. If I was tired, they lifted me up. I got it. Let me make this trade, whatever. So in that instance, again, that works for me, but I wouldn't suggest that for everybody. You, again, have to go with and know, what's going to be the best thing for you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, because you pointed out something so important. You have to, if you are going to consider family. So listen to what she said, y'all, because some of you have some business ideas out there, and you may be looking at Uncle such and such or auntie, or you may be looking at your spouse, or maybe some of your children to assist. But the most important thing is that support, and also being able to delegate and accept the help.
Yeah.
Not not wanting to take over, but trusting who is doing what duty, and then when they see you struggling, then they're going to pick it up because they have paid attention and they have learned what to do. So they know all of the business. Okay. Thank you for that so much. Okay. Now, okay, so 3 years ago, you were thinking, I want to hang up my apron.
Yes.
And when did it dawn on you that, about this next venture that you wanted to launch out into? Like, what was that like? How did that idea come about? And tell us about that.
Well, it didn't happen overnight because I went through a phase of, okay, God, what do you want me to do next? And I kept asking and I kept trying to figure it out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just be prayerful and just be quiet. And then I get my best revelations at night, where it's really not night. It's like early in the morning.
Yes.
Like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning. And so one day I was just laying there, and I've always loved fashion. I love clothes. I love shoes. Everybody wants to be cute. So I always did. And so when it came to me, it was so clear. It was so crystal. I talked to my husband about it, and he was like, well, you're really into jeans. You should start a jean line. And I was like, yeah, but I want more than just jeans. I want, I want all of it. I want the heels. I want the dresses. I want the skirts and the pants or whatever. And so when God showed it to me, when you get a vision and you see it and it's so big, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do that. It was just so big. So I didn't know how it was going to come. I just kept dreaming about it. I prayed about it. I wrote it out. I had a vision. So I was writing down everything. I still have the notes to this day. And so I was like, okay, show me how I can even get started. And so it was in the middle of the pandemic. Pandemic had shut everything down. Nobody was going anywhere. I was like, well, how is that going to work, Lord? So I kept questioning, and he kept showing me a way. And I actually had the opportunity to get everything that I needed. I actually started with getting my LLC set up. I tried to do everything the right way. You want to have a strong foundation, so when you start, you're successful, and so you're not shaky and like going back to the backside versus
Mhm.
taking it from the beginning. So I actually set up the LLC. Then I realized, well, the products that you need, you're going to have to source and get vendors. So I had to try to figure out how to get vendors, and everybody was selling these vendor lists. And when you read the comments, you see on Facebook about these vendor lists, you see thousands of comments like, "Girl, it wasn't worth my money," or "I didn't get anything that I thought I was going to get," or "These vendors are all closed." So I
Hold hold on, Tasha, just a moment, because I want to make sure that the sound can someone comment and tell us if the sound is still good? Because I'm getting some feedback
feedback. Okay.
when I hear you talking, Tasha.
Okay.
Okay, now it's good.
Okay. That sounds
Oh,
better.
okay, yes, yes. Okay, go ahead, continue. Thank you.
So I was a little leery about getting the vendor list because I was like, well, I don't want to waste money and time getting the list from somebody, and it's not going to be worth it. Because you know how, if you've ever ordered anything, a lot of times you're thinking you're getting one product and then you get it, you was like, this is not what I thought I was going to get. So I decided to take it upon myself to research my own vendors. That's not the suggested way. That was just something that I said I would do.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to learn a whole new business. You want to get in there and learn as much as possible. And that's what I did. So I did the research. I did find a couple of bad vendors along the way. I was like, oh, never use them again. But I found some really good vendors, and it was just trial and error.
Yes.
I did that, and I also had to get a sales and tax license. I had that set up. Again, you wanted to file your taxes quarterly with the state of Texas, so you want to make sure you have everything lined up, all your ducks in a row. So I did that, and then I was like, well, I want to get some shoes too. So I had shoes, I had handbags, I had clothes, and then you have to get a domain. Okay, so you have to get your own domain to and decide which platform you're going to use, e-commerce. So we're online, and then they have all these different online options for you to use. And then you have to research and see what's the best online commerce, read their reviews. And so
Mm-hmm.
with the e-commerce, I don't know, so many out there. I was like, well, I wanted to get somewhere that was going to be nice. And when I have a website design, so I had to go get somebody to design the website. Shout out to LaJune King. She did a great job.
Hey.
It looks amazing. You want to get somebody reputable because you've gone on websites and you like, it's just like, it looks sad. And I wanted mine to look like a professional business. And so I did. I went and paid for my services. So I wanted something really nice. And then again, getting the domain, that kind of prolonged it. So I kept waiting and like, I'm coming. I thought I was going to go in July. And because I had to wait so many days for the domain to move over, it ended up not going live until August. So we actually went live and official August 14th, 2020. I was so excited. Yes. I was so excited. And then, when you first start out, you have to figure out who your target audience is, right?
Girl, say that. Say that again. Say that again.
You have to find out who your target audience is. So you may have one thought in your mind, like, I'm going to market to everybody. Well, everybody is not going to be your ideal client. Everybody is not for you, and you understanding that and accepting that. So that was something I had to learn. Who your competition is. A lot of times people think that your competition when it's so many stores out there. So Walmart and Target are each other's competition, but they sell the exact same products. And Target is very profitable, and so is Walmart. So I had to stop looking at it from that perspective and just say, look, I have a nice product. Mm-hmm. I have a mission that I wanted to sell my product to women, and I wanted them to feel sexy and confident no matter what. My friends, always were commenting, you look so nice. And I was like, I want you to look that nice too. I want you to feel good and look good as well. So that's kind of what my target was. And then thinking about who the target audience is, it can't be, again, everyone, because everybody doesn't have the same style.
Mm-mm.
Everybody doesn't wear the same type of clothing. And then realizing somebody that's 18 may not necessarily be my target audience. Somebody who's 20 or in college may not be my target audience. But I finally found my niche. And then, my computer's trying to shut down on me. Then, actually realizing what was my target audience saved me. And then so you start trying to get products that cater to that audience.
Yes.
And realizing, okay, this is what's going to work for them. This is what they like. And then going out on social media. That was a lot. When you're not used to it and you're not used to talking to people out there, you are like a little fish in water.
Well, let me ask you this then, with you saying that about being on social media, because a lot of us, oftentimes, it's the little person in your head that says, "Oh, what are they gonna think? What are they gonna say about what I'm doing, or what are they gonna what if I mess up, or what if I stutter, or what if I say the wrong word, or what if so." Give some advice for getting over your phobia, your fear about social media.
One thing you have to get over. So social media is really geared to likes and followers. And so they make you think, okay, so you have to have all of these thousands of followers in order to be great. Now, if you look at my followers on my Instagram, I don't have as many followers as a lot of people, but my business is very successful. I have a lot of clientele. I have a lot of repeat customers. I have a lot of VIP customers. And if you're looking at the surface, you wouldn't know that. Or if you're looking at the likes, you'd be like, I don't know what's going on. But that's not how it is. And you just have to get over your fear, be your best self. Don't imitate anyone else. Come as your true, authentic self. I think a lot of people aren't used to being themselves. They're just mimicking what they see other people do. And I've never been that type of person, a follower. I've always been a leader. So I'm comfortable with who I am. And a lot of people aren't. So you have to get comfortable with who you are. And going out in front of social media can be difficult, but it's just like you going to work every day. You showing up. Everybody in the office knows you at work or on your job. Just be that person that you are. Be comfortable in that, and people will accept that. Who you really are. Not saying, "Oh, she's on here trying to act like such and such or be like somebody else." So I just had to get that in my mindset, like Tasha, be Tasha. And they're going to love you for who you are. They're going to accept who you are and not think about what everybody else is doing. Because I think a lot of people get caught up in that. And that's where we, make mistakes or try to say, well, I need to be like someone else or get the same amount of followers or likes.
No, I think I would agree that is probably one of the worst mistakes that people make is trying to mimic somebody else that they see with a lot of likes and trying to pick up, some of their language, some of their lingo. I mean, it doesn't even sound like you. When you start talking, you just be fumbling with words. You looking at the camera crazy. If you're doing lives or, it just doesn't make sense. Somebody who actually knows you, they see the post and they're like, so what was going on with you the other day? Like why were you, saying that? Because we need to be our authentic self, because bottom line, people buy you.
Exactly.
They begin to, yes, they are buying because of you, because of Tasha. Okay. They are coming to Ronita for a coach because I am being Ronita,
exactly.
Right. 100%.
And that's something you just have to learn and accept and understand, because a lot of people aren't getting that. It's like, I can't be anybody but me.
Yes. And so for anybody out there that wants to shop at Bleu Rush, that's BLEU Rush, RUSH.com, or follow her on Instagram at Blue, BLUE, Rush, RUSH. Please do, but I'm not about to let you go. I just wanted to say that just in case some people just want to start being nosy and go to your website and start looking and shopping, or go to your DM and saying, hey, I got this event going on. So that's what I want you to talk to us right now about your service of being a fashion consultant, and not only with women, not only with men, but also you cater to the plus size.
Yes, I do.
And why? Talk about that.
So, everybody is not the same size. Everybody is not the same shape, but everybody can look good and look astonishing in their clothing. And so my idea was, no matter what size, I always say that no matter what your size is, you can still look good.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes women aren't as confident as they should be. Sometimes things may have happened where you don't have the same self-esteem, or you don't have high self-esteem or self-love, or somebody may have torn that down. But when you put on your best outfit, whatever that is, you like, I'm killing it today. I'm the best thing walking. Like, everybody needs to see how cute I am. So that's my objective, is to make women feel like that, because when you look good, you feel good. Even if you're not having a good day, but if somebody tells you, you are so cute, I love your outfit, it just perks you up. It's the same thing for men. When men know they look good, their friends tell them they look good, or their woman tells them to look good, you get a whole new person. So that's my plan. That's my goal. And for plus size women, my sister actually does the modeling for me. And I wanted everybody to know, you can be plus size and thick and still look good, still killing it out here. And have the same clothes that somebody else wears, and just, be yourself.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have to be a 4 to look good. And so I wanted everybody to understand that we do have plus size. We go up to 4X in some of our items, for sure 3X and everything. Some items I've even found some 5X in. So it's geared toward women right now, but we're going to move into a men's line later this year. That's my plan. That's my goal for Bleu Rush. I'm excited about that. So right now, every time I'm having a pop-up or event, the men always say, where is the men's stuff? You don't have anything for men. And I'm like, you know what? I need to start looking into that. They were saying you can have some hats, you can have some sunglasses, you can have some jeans. So I have been buying some men's products. So I'm, again, looking forward to moving into that avenue. But, my goal is for all women to look nice and confident. And with the style consultation, what we do, when you contact us, we talk about the size that you currently wear, or size you think you may wear. Get your dress size, your shirt size, your bottoms, your shoes, accessories. We're going to put it all together for you. Even get measurements. Talk about if you have an upcoming event, if there's something special you want to wear, a special look, a certain color. We work with all of that. And then we have a try-on session. Make sure everything fits the way that it should. The thing that works the best is to have your foundation or your undergarment. So we all have been in the pandemic and sitting at home and maybe getting a little juicy, maybe gained a few pounds. Just be honest with yourself. We can still look good regardless. So I advise the ladies to bring those things with them. If we're wearing something strapless, if we're wearing something with the back out, the right kind of undergarments, the right bra. So if you need the tape, all of that, it works to accentuate the look. So I always tell the women, we have our conversation, we have our virtual calls or in-person calls. And it's always exciting for me. And I love it when they're excited and they love how they look in their outfits. So, we break out the mirror so you can see. And they always say, I never would have picked this. I never would have put this together. And I was like, I know, but that's what I'm for. So I get so much pleasure and joy out of that. And then just to see them smile and so feeling their best self, because sometimes, again, we don't always feel our best self, or we can do something. So that's my job, to make you can be great, look great.
Truly, what you do almost sounds like a ministry, as well.
Oh, wow.
You never thought of what you do
My
as
friend girl told me that. She said, Birkin, she always called me by my last name. She said, this is what you was meant to do. She said, this is your gift. This is your passion. This is your purpose. She said, but I've been seeing it. And I was like, you have? She said, yeah, I've always seen this in you. She said, it was just time for you to start it. And so that was just confirmation for me. And then you saying that, but I never thought of it like that. It just fills me with great joy, though. I really love what I do. I
yes.
think
Oh, go ahead.
it's great when you find your purpose and your passion, and you can make it work for you.
Yes, and that's something that I'm going to end with the difference between purpose and passion. Just a little takeaway. But if you would for us, can you tell us any fashion no-nos? What should we not do? Or is there anything that we shouldn't do when it comes to fashion?
So I would say, don't wear anything that's too small or too tight. That's not going to accentuate your look. If you're a little chunky, my stomach is a little chunky right now. If I put on something that's too tight, you're going to get a roll. If you put on something that's the right size, or if you put a foundation on it, a Spanx up under there, it's going to change your whole look. So it's going to make you appear to be larger when you wear something too small and too tight, because it's going to push out a roll. Same thing for oversized. Some women think if they're plus size, everything needs to be oversized and big. Well, it just makes you look bigger. So you need to get a garment that's going to fit your body type. And everybody's not the same body type. So you have to know what looks good on you. You can't just say, well, I want to wear this and that doesn't compliment you. You want to wear pieces that complement your body type. And there are all kind of body types. So we have clothes to fit all body types. And so when you're going out, you want to pull it all together. You want to wear the right size bra. You want to have on a backless dress. You can get boob tape, or you can get the boob cover-ups. And so you just pull them right up. No problem. So what you want to do is stay away from items that do not compliment you, period. And full length mirrors, I think, are necessary, so you'll know exactly how you look. Because sometimes people aren't comfortable with how they look, so they just never look at themselves from head to toe. And that's important when you're going out in public, that you look your best. And so getting a full length mirror so oh no, I didn't know I was looking like this on the bottom half enough. So to me, those are fashion no-nos, to wear things that are too tight or too big. And if you're wearing something tight and you have the bottom, you have the flat stomach, it's gonna look good on you. But like I said, I got a little roll down here. I gotta do something with that. So there's something that's gonna compliment you and look your best.
Yes. So it's all about, honestly, living in our truth.
Exactly.
Living in our truth.
I'm a firm believer in living in your truth.
Right. This is the body that I'm currently in.
Yes. This is the body that I am right now.
Right. Okay.
That, if you want to go work out and lose a few pounds, you can. But in the meantime, this is where I am. So I'm going to get some clothes that's going to complement where I am right now. And that's why some people have a range of sizes in their closet, because body weight fluctuates sometimes.
It does.
And just accepting that and owning that and loving yourself. Because sometimes people are just so down on themselves and so hard on themselves that they don't really walk in their truth. And when you accept and love who you are, then you can do that. And I try to teach that as well. Love who you are. And it brings more people towards you. You attract positive energy and positive people when you exuberate love. You want to be a shining star. You want people to come to you and love on you. So you feel good about who you are, no matter what size you are.
Yes. And you will attract love.
Yeah.
Love attracts love, right?
It does.
It should.
It does.
Well, I want to thank you, Tasha, for joining the Girl You Better podcast on today.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. It has been a pleasure. And I'm definitely going to be in contact with you because I do have an event coming up. And so I think I might need some help.
I can help you. I can help you.
So, and I'm going to say this to everybody who is in the DF. I don't care if you're not even in Dallas Fort Worth, okay? Wherever you are, because you can go to her website. You know, we're always quick to go to Amazon. We're always quick to go to, you know, Fashion Nova. We're always quick, and I understand that. You know, it's what we're used to, but I think it's important to support our local businesses, number one, and to support women in business for themselves. Period.
Yes.
That's how we stay in business, supporting one another, correct?
Correct. Absolutely.
Yes. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to also have you on here as well, because you know, this podcast is all about encouraging, uplifting, living your most elevated life. It's about health, not only your physical health, but you know, the health of your mind. And so, you know, that being one of our initiatives, I knew once I interviewed you that your spirit was just going to illuminate on here this evening, which it has. And I just appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you too. I'm so glad you had me on here. I'm so excited.
You're welcome. And so I'm going to leave our listeners with, or our viewers as well, because I'm recording this live as well. I'm going to leave you with the difference between passion and purpose, okay? So as far as your passion, when you do what you love, it doesn't feel like work anymore.
It doesn't.
Mm-mm. Living your passion will allow you to do amazing work that you're genuinely interested in. And how can you do this? You don't have to know exactly where you want to be in 10 years to live your best life now. But I would say my top tip, try and come up with a general idea that sums up your passion. So, for example, a great one would be, I want to help people realize their potentials and achieve their goals. So right away, you'll have a direction that you will help evaluate new opportunities and decide which ones best match your interests. Now, as far as your purpose, remember, your purpose is always your why, okay? Your purpose is not your passion, and your passion is not your purpose. Your purpose is your why. It's the mission statement that will help guide your life and influence your decisions. So I would recommend that anybody just write down one on a piece of paper, because Tasha told us that she wrote some things on some paper. Sometimes you gotta write that vision out and you gotta make it plain. You know, the word doesn't lie. But anyway, I'm gonna go to church on it. Anyway, and you stick it in a prominent place, such as above your desk or in your mirror, and you read that mission statement that correlates with your passion. Okay, so it's your passion to do something, but your purpose is the why you're doing it. And I think once you do that, then it will be easier for anybody out there struggling, saying, "What do I want to do? Oh, I'm talented. I'm gifted. You know, I can do so many things, but you know, what can I do?" And sometimes some of those things you can mix together. You can mix your passions together, and that's a beautiful marriage that becomes a purpose that is fulfilled through the people that you touch, through your products and your services. Because just last week on episode 4, I talked about, if you go back and you listen to it, that wasn't a live recording, but I think I'm gonna have to do that one live. It was about charging what you are worth. Yes,
That's important. That's important.
Yes, charging what you're worth, being comfortable with that.
Yes, being okay with that. That's a big thing.
Yeah, but also that is connected to how you see yourself.
That is so true. That is so true. That is so true. I mean, that's right on the money right there.
Yeah. So so I'm gonna have to promote that episode because I think it will definitely help a lot of people that are out here struggling with. Well, I think I only want to charge this because of, maybe this person might be, or this type of, or I'm focusing on that. So maybe you don't think about what people have money and they want to spend it on. People spend money on whatever they want to spend it
Whatever
on.
they want to, exactly.
But what you have to do, we have a responsibility to put our value first. Put our value out there and say what you're going to get. Like the benefits. This is
exactly.
This is why I'm charging this, because you're getting this, sweetie, and you're getting that, and you're getting all these things. And certain people are not going to do what I do. But when you come to me, this is what you're gonna get, and you're gonna love it.
Absolutely. You're gonna love it.
Let me drop this mic right now.
Drop the mic. I gotta use that one. You're gonna love it.
What were you gonna say?
I said I gotta use that one. You're gonna love it.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta and you're gonna love it. You're gonna be satisfied. But anyway, our time is up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tasha.
Thank you so much. I have really enjoyed it.
I did too.
Thank you for having me on.
You are welcome. So next time I will I'm gonna surprise you all, because our next live episode, I'm trying to confirm the invite right now, but I'm gonna have a gentleman on, and we're gonna be talking about a subject that all of us need to pay attention to. And also I'm going to invite a lady on too. Okay, so we're going to have 2 guests on my next live podcast, hopefully, if I can go ahead and secure them. So thank you so much for your time this evening. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.